concept of the Omni-Mind is something that I will try to illustrate using some AI videos, just to help conceptualize the abstract gist of what it means. Omni-Mind just means every mind. So it is simply every mind that is interested in collaboratively joining the brains of the worldwide legal system. The world works together to find the closest thing to pure correctness that humans are capable of finding. By using universally true principles, we have the foundations for what stands as constantly true and cannot drift or change. The thing about universally true principles is that they are timeless, unchanging, and constant. The world can use these to establish correct laws instead of laws derived from opinions and traditions. Would you be willing to join the Omni-Mind if you realized that you have a rational mind and want to make a living working to keep law and decisions correct? The Omni-Mind is an opportunity to work from home from your computer and think deeply and carefully over details that are presented. A lot of the work you would do is called peer grading, and so you will grade the different elements using universally true principles as a major part of the rubric. Of course, because it is decentralized and rational law, it must have abundant checks. This means that your work will be reviewed by others, and they will grade whether you are accurate and impartial. And these grades and ratings follow you and can affect whether you are able to continue working in this line of work. If you do not strive to be impartial and unbiased, you might be found to have performed poorly, and your work can be flagged for several reviewers to come in and evaluate. If everything goes well, there will be a consensus agreeing that you did good work, and therefore, people do not need to come in and scrutinize further. In this work, you will help a lot of people around the world, and you will effectively be replacing judges, juries, and attorneys, the Supreme Court, attorney generals, district attorneys, and on and on. This is the decentralized alternative to law, and we do not need politics anymore. Competing courts will be all tied together through this worldwide collaborative community, quite similar to the scientific community, but it applies to law instead of strictly science. The Omni-Mind makes decisions, passes laws, rules on all manner of cases, monitors the world for compliance and any sorts of problems, or perhaps innovations that may need to be developed in order to keep law operating smoothly. The Omni-Mind checks to make sure that there is continuity of law everywhere, making sure there are not gaps in coverage. This worldwide community does not own any of the services, so it is not a controller of any of the competing law enforcement and defense services, any of the courts, etc. All it does is make correct decisions. This worldwide community is designed to handle decisions rapidly, so that people are not waiting in a jail cell or other situation in order to get the proper decisions. The Omni-Mind can turn out decisions in a matter of minutes, worldwide, even when the decisions are needed literally at the scene of some incident. In fact, because the Omni-Mind is so much more thorough and careful with decisions, it will be the required method for decisions that are backed by force, that law enforcement may wish to act upon. This means that law enforcement will not any longer be allowed to act on their own discretion when it comes to making an arrest, towing a car, or other force-back decisions. Forced-back decisions are also called FBDs. Law requires that FBDs are correctly and accurately made, but individuals on their own may not correctly make these decisions, even law enforcement. And therefore, there cannot be arrests or other actions backed by force until there is a decision produced by the Omni-Mind. So we need a lot of smart, logical, rational people who have built up the knowledge and experience to be capable of participating well in this Omni-Mind. If you think AI is taking jobs, that's fine, because we need you in the Omni-Mind, and AI cannot replace an actual human in this work, although you can use AI to assist. So, what are we waiting for? Once we have the beginnings of the Omni-Mind, we have the ability to start examining laws on the books in any territory, and we can find whether they are in agreement with universally true principles. Discovering this will then enable people around the world to compare and contrast existing laws with what we would call rational laws. And then we would start to see quickly the follies of current systems and how they fail to uphold human rights, pass the test of non-contradiction, and many other earth-shattering discoveries. The Omni-Mind will be on blockchain networks that are highly secure and robust against future technologies that may be used to try to dismantle it. The worldwide community will facilitate what we call verarchy, rule by truth. Decentralized, rational law that has no jurisdictions is where we are headed. You will be able to participate in this. You can help write the laws that the world will follow for far into the future. The thing about laws written under the guidance of universally true principles is that they are very unlikely to be changed, unless of course we didn't have all of the information we needed for the most correct decision. This would be a rare occurrence, as we correctly understand most things ahead of time because of how rationalism works. Let's start building a worldwide community for law, like we have for science. And let us use all principles of decentralization to keep it robust and thorough. An example we could apply to science to help it become much more robust and resilient to things like being manipulated or bought off by any particular groups. Because law is so delicate and sensitive to everyone's lives, we will make it far more robust and immutable and trustless than has ever been applied to science. But then we will bring science up to that level, making it also secure, impartial and trustless. Rule by truth is on its way, and we will build this thing together.